Here's the lower seal housing that goes in the back of the Graham engine. Now what's interesting about this is normally you'd say, well, you put the seal in before you put the crank down. And you would be correct. That's what you would do. However, graham-paige engineers designed it so that seal can be replaced without disassembling the engine. So instead of putting it in first, I'm going to show you the way you would do it if you had to fix this in your vehicle. So we have the engine here upside down, and if we were fixing it in the vehicle, the engine would be upside right and we'd be underneath. What you can do, even with the seal in there, is you can gently tap, you don't want to be too hard, with a punch using a small hammer, and you can rotate the seal housing back out with the seal in it. Now, and you'll probably need a screwdriver. I may not be able to get this by hand, but you can, well, I can. You push down here with a screwdriver and you can rotate it out ultimately. And yes, that's exactly the way it was designed, so that it could be repaired by a car dealer or a local mechanic or the farmer. And why did I say the farmer? I'll show you a picture of the book of where the information has been published by Michael Keller with the complete shop manual for the tractor, because the tractor uses the exact same engine, this engine, as is used in the cars, although it's detuned, but this is one of the features that makes it useful for a tractor. What you get right now in modern engine kits is a rope seal. It's wrong. It doesn't go in here. That's not what that housing is designed for. This is designed for cork. So we're going to install the correct cork seals, which I make up myself, and you'll see how it works properly with cork seals and how we do that. And that's what they used in the engines originally. That's what they used in the tractor engine. The complete procedure is in the tractor book, because Graham stopped making shop manuals, but everything is in the tractor book to tell you how to do this. And the interesting thing about all this is, if you want to know about the tractors, etc., we just published 3 nights. The fascinating story of graham-paige. It's on the channel. You ought to watch it. It's the only correct version on the entire internet, period. Other channels that got stuff up on graham-paige, they have mistakes to no end in them. So if you want to see the real story of graham-paige and also learn about the tractors, that's where it is, 3 nights. The fascinating story of graham-paige. Now we're going to go about installing this right before you, so you can see exactly how this works, how you can do it in the vehicle without disassembling the engine. Once you have your cork seal fitted, you're supposed to grease it. It should be proud on both ends, which it is. And graham-paige says specifically to grease it. Then you start feeding it in, same way we did before, but it is now going to be a little more difficult because it does have crush to it. You got to get it all nice and lined up before you start to install it. There we go. Now, because it's got the cork in it, it's going to be harder to turn, and this is where you're going to have to tap it to get it in. Sorry, but I had to move the camera out of the way to get to it. Now we'll finish it. I'm just having way too much interference from that camera. Oops, a little high on the side. Okay, so there you can see you can do that in place. As I told you, it must be greased. That is in fact their instructions. and you can put that thing in without taking out the engine. And so, since a cork seal will last a while, but it won't be permanent, that's why they designed it that way, so you can fix it right in place. So now you've seen that. I'm going to put on the upper half shortly here. I'll bring up the pan gasket to show you how this works. See that pan gasket goes like that? And I'll bring it up on this side where you can see it better. That's why there are lips on the pan gasket. You see the lips here? There are the lips down in there. They go around the seal. Now, there is no way, literally no way to make this work with a rope seal. It always leaks. So you've got to have these seals. When I put the seal into the holder, I get a good sized round pipe and push it in with the round pipe. If you don't do that, you're probably going to break the seal when you're putting it in, and you won't get it set properly for installing it. So get yourself a round pipe. It doesn't have to be the same diameter, but you need a round pipe to push the seal into the housing when you're assembling it. You put the round pipe in a vise and then push your seal in with that. But you can see that lip down in there. That's absolutely necessary. The lips go on the side like that. That's how you seal up the engine. That's why the lips are here. That's why a rope seal is wrong. That holder isn't even designed for it. You have to have the cork seal. Now the other cork seal, when I put the top on, it's going to be the same way. It's going to be proud, and it's going to be much easier to install because I don't have to drive it in, kind of. But the other one will just come down and crush on that. That seals up the engine. Someday when this leaks, eventually, you can replace the cork seal without taking the engine apart. So now you know how that works, why it's supposed to be that way, and if you get an engine kit and it has rope seals in it, it's wrong. It won't seal. You need the cork seal instead.